All right, very good evening, everybody out there. Warrior Junior here with another um, inspirational, motivational, uh, you know, cornucopia, plethora of grand wisdom from the man that actually has lived it and still going. Sometimes it's amazing. I think about it. Having my tea here, if you guys know already, I told you about this. This episode is brought to you by Organics. The Pavilions brand chai spice. So if you never had it, I highly recommend it. But there's a secret ingredient in that I put to add into here. And so I know you're thinking, well, what's the secret ingredient? Well, what I do is because it takes a real man, to be a warrior junior. So what I do have is by this company, I think it's called Nature's Bounty. You can look this up. It's Saul Palmetto. And what I do, it's a little capsules, but you can open up the capsules and put in the herb, the special herb. It's good. It's for a natural, prostate, urinary tract health. Um, so I guess use your own imagination. What else that means, naturally keep you good, keep you hard, keep you strong. Not Viagra. I mean, it's garbage. It's artificial shit. Fuck you up. But I don't believe in anything prescription. That stuff is gotta have bad side effects and stuff. Go natural, my friends. It's the way to go. Also, I also recommend raspberries. Also, it's like natural Viagra. It's like really good stuff. Why go with the natural stuff, man? This fucking prescription shit. It's ridiculous. Like nation of drug addicts. Prescription drugs. Unbelievable. I remember when I had like my kidney stones, I was so desperate to try to find any kind of relief. And man, it was kind of a weird combination, but I found through my experimentation, I got some temporary relief from like Tylenol and red Gatorade for some reason. Weird, some temporary relief, but those kidney stones, man, when I was bodybuilding, I was drinking all the milk and powders, and oh my god, what I put myself through. I'm probably like about 160 now. If that, I was like borderline 200. So, you know, big difference. Your body, I'm not built to be that big. I work extremely hard to get there. Let's not get off the topic. The subject of this evening's episode is called dealing with hard, quote unquote, hard situations. You know, I do touch on many of my personal experiences when it comes to try doing pickup. Try to meet women, single women, the women that fit my liking. And I thought about this. Today's Tuesday night, and this club that I'd hang outside of. I think it was 2 weeks ago, where I saw something and walked up with a girlfriend that was really like what I liked. And I didn't know, I was like, oh, we're married. Man, okay, whatever. Look, I've heard of lesbians taking home a guy because I know I've been with. Okay, I'll share that story with you in a second. Okay, don't people etch things in stone in their mind. They and before I say these things, don't think I'm getting agitated. I'm just passionate about what I talk about. I'm not angry. Okay, I'm a passionate person, passionate for living. So don't anybody. He's angry. He's an angry, bitter man. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm passionate about achieving things. Okay, and if you think that, then you have a narrow mind, and then don't even want to learn, and just don't even listen to me. Because you know what? I'm not saying I know everything, but I'm a constant learner. If you're not learning anything and you think you know everything, then I got news for you. You're probably nothing. You think you know, but you don't. You should always be striving to learn. Always be striving to be better. Why not? Okay, back to what happened. So I was thinking about, yeah, and then the miracle after that. Okay, so um, yeah. So a couple weeks ago, that one really, and I said, warrior in. Think of like in the 300, the Spartans. Go. Like this is where we hold ground. This is where they die. Remember, like in 300, what he said? There was like the Persian, the whole Persian army. They can see. He goes. I think he goes. He goes. This is where we fight. This is where they die. And so that mentality. I know. Look, you're not. I'm not going to a nightclub, standing outside with a sword and a shield or a trident or whatever. They use a spear. Yeah, but it's the mentality of cracking through the paralyzing fear that's in my mind that is built up over your whole life that keeps you from even trying because you're overthinking things, what society's going to think of you, what everybody's thinking of you, who's looking at you, because there's always somebody looking. Okay, I told you about a couple nights ago, the cops looking at me, but I'm not doing anything illegal. To let them approach you, let them approach you, and if you approach them, you know don't, the same thing with the cops. If they try, what's going on, I go, what kind of question is that? They do not be intimidated by them. Do not hold ground. Hold. Am I doing something illegal? Like, throw it back. There's comebacks for everything. Look, I've seen lawyers try to, I've seen how they in public, they can throw, they're masters at that too. So, it'd be great if they had some type of thing where lawyers could train you, how to deal with. Boy, can you imagine if you knew every law and everything? So somebody says something to you and he goes, well, what law says I can't? Can you imagine? But you see, the reason that lawyers don't need to do pickup, they can't be bothered. They get paid, hundreds of dollars an hour, to try cases. They don't need to, like, the bottom feed, like, oh, unfortunately, that's what I call it. It's very hard. It's very hard, like you have to start somewhere. It's difficult, you don't pay to go to these places and these expensive drinks. I don't drink anymore. So you're gonna hang out. Oh, go hang out in Starbucks. Sit there like a yoop. That's not good either. You body's got to keep moving. You sitting around too long, you're gonna tighten up. I was just saying, gotta get uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's really important. And remember, what you're trying to do is fight societal beliefs. So if you're sitting in a place like a Starbucks waiting for some chick to come in, it's like that. You're not. No, 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 no. A homeless person sits around and waits for something. That's what a bum does. Don't be a bum. You got to be moving around. Always thinking. And I heard this in the Karate Kid, not the original, but the one with Jaden Smith. Jackie Chan said there's a big difference between doing nothing and standing still. Big difference. Interesting. So, so anyway, what happened was, I remember I told you about this. I saw a qualifier. I saw something that was good a couple weeks ago, and I went right in. And there were like these two. It was a gay black people, two people behind, but there was enough space for me to get in, to talk to the chick I wanted. And the other girls on there. Look, what you generally like is almost never alone. It's not. They have currency. They have currency. They have value. And if they're alone, they're usually on the phone. They're staying busy. They're doing something. There's never a perfect time. If you get anything from any of these episodes, please remember that. Okay? Please remember that something that has currency is almost never alone. And if she is, she's doing something. She's on the phone. She's busy. That's how hard it is. So remember, even if she's on the phone, go in, go. It doesn't matter. Do not give that. Do not be respectful. I mean, it sounds like you're being disrespectful. You have to try. You have to try. It's a zero thinking. When you start thinking, it's over. It's over. It's like if I go out dancing and I start thinking about these movies, you can't do nothing. No, 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 no. No, your mind is going to work against you. Don't ask me why. It just does, because it's the reptilian brain or whatever, like the overthinking things. So people try to scare you, and it sinks into your subconscious, And then when it happens in reality, you're too afraid to do it because of you watch the news and you see somebody got stabbed or shot. And my friend said, "You're gonna get stabbed." See, even my friends don't understand. A lot of my friends do not understand this. It doesn't apply to them. You know, don't you watch the news? You're gonna get stabbed. You're gonna get shot. I said, good. I'm not hoping to get stabbed or shot. Of course not. But the idea of not allowing fear to hold me back, that's what it is. You have to crush that. That will beat you to your fucking knees and keep you there. It'll fucking keep you there if you allow it. Okay. So I already told you what happened with that scenario. If you go back, like, one of my earlier episodes, but I'll rehash it because it's kind of important. And I kept trying to talk to her, everything like that, and then I put my hand. Those two black guys, gay or whatever. I don't know but they were interposed. They're trying to interpose. Interpose is a chess term, means a piece trying to come in and block you. I use the interpose is something that people will do to try to keep you from getting what you want. They try to get into the discussion when you're trying to work on it. Now, I don't recommend you do this, but I do it because I have a zero tolerance for people trying to keep me from getting whatever I want in life while I'm trying. So I put my hand up like this as I'm talking. Now, I'm only 5'9". I don't have much of a reach. But if your face is that close, guess what that means? You're too close. I don't even have to tell them. So I'm talking to them, and I'm talking to women. Yeah. I get them out of there. Put your hand up there. Maybe I try to fucking. Yeah. And then if I have to engage those guys, then I'm going to cut them into fucking shreds. Okay? Remember, do not let people stop you from doing what you need to do. They're fucking asteroids, okay? There's no reason for those guys to interpose my discussion. They weren't with that chick at all, okay? They saw me trying, and they were trying to ruin it for me. They weren't with her. Now, it happens other times when I'm sitting and actually talking with somebody I'm interested in, and somebody tries to come in. Then you try to box them out. Get your back. Get them behind you. Get them out of there. Box them out. That's what's called boxing out. So if I'm talking to the chick and the guy tries to come into the discussion, move your body position. Get him out. Without saying any words, you don't even have to give him any attention. Focus on the target. Gotta do all this shit, huh? Yeah. Because those women that have those porn star bodies, they're highly valued. They have a lot of currency. That's why they're always busy. That's why they're always on the phone. That's why they're always with other girls. That's why they're busy with their pets. That's why they're busy with other gay guys or whatever, or their friends or whatever. They have fucking currency. They have value. And you have to do something different out of those 100 guys to make you look like, or you're just going to be 101. Now, I know it comes off like I'm being hostile, but, I'm saying this because, you're talking to from somebody that was like very paralyzing shy, never got really anything. And there's a term in Yiddish, it's called rachmunis. Rachmunis means sympathy. And those people, those dudes that were trying to get in there, they have no rachmunis. They have no sympathy. They don't understand how hard it is for me to get something. I mean, I want you to think about this now. Can you imagine like a homosexual guy that never gets anything, that never got? They would commit suicide. They wouldn't be able to handle it mentally. They wouldn't be able to, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Now I'm generalizing. But you know what? That's fine. There's exceptions to everything. But these people that go, these clubs are always with somebody. They need validation, or they're trying to get their needs met too. So they're trying to get their needs met. What's wrong with me trying to get my needs met? Well, you're not in this area. It's not in this area. I have news for you. And any moron that tries to come at me, I'm gonna cut them into fucking little pieces and throw them into the fucking curb. They don't understand what I mean that metaphorically. West Hollywood. What do you mean? There's a large Russian community, and the Sunset Boulevard and the mountains is a part of West Hollywood. There's actually more straight people that live in West Hollywood than gay. So you can't. You're not gonna beat me in trying to tell me that I can't belong here, I can't go here, I can't do this, that. You don't understand. It's based on my research. You look like a fool trying to engage me with your opinions that won't help. That's what a lot of people, society, try to do. They try to keep you from winning, whether they intentionally know it or not. They're trying to beat you to your knees and keep you there if they can. They don't want you trying to do this or that. You are a threat to this. I'm sorry, it's so difficult, but it is. Now, I told you, I've gone to different places. I've schlepped out to fucking the places as far as Lakewood to go dancing years ago. I've gone out to fucking Thousand Oaks. I've gone out to Anaheim and fucking even San Diego or whatever. And it varies, but yeah, I mentioned it's easier when you go out, but it's still difficult to get what you like because those women have currency. And I don't care what your type is. I guarantee you have good taste. Okay? Because it's difficult. Doesn't matter if you like women that, that look like this, or women that have the body looks like that, or that. Generally, you probably have good taste, and those women are highly valued. Okay? But I'm just speaking for myself. But I just noticed, that it's that difficult. Mm-hmm. Here, I didn't mention. Oh, okay. So my miracle story with lesbians. But first, I want to tell you what happened walking home with my groceries in this afternoon. As I was going to the market, I saw I've been seeing the new Bentleys around. Like, it has like a wider grill, and kind of, I don't know, kind of best described, kind of look like the James Bond Aston Martin, the DB5, the original, the Sean Connery one. Um, there was one that was like parked. I walk right by it, it was like a baby blue or a sky blue or something. And the license plate, it said license plate, had 3 zeros, but it's a 0007 Bond. Jeez, you know. And I was like, just holy shit, And there's like this gay bar across the street over there. I said, probably some fucking one of those dudes owns the bar or whatever, rich. You know, some of those dudes do that during the day. You know, they made their money already or whatever, so they'll go like have a beer, you know, whatever gay pickup thing. You know, you notice that like the real successful people, they're out like during the day, you know, something, and then at night it's like all the other wild, young mostly. But anyway, so I saw the car parked when I was going to get my groceries. Coming back, the car was still parked. I said, I'm gonna take a picture. And then I looked, and there was a fucking hot chick in the driver's seat. I was like shocked, you know. I was expecting some gay dude in there or something. And she was on the, of course, she's on the phone. So I'm just walking by the car, and now I'm maybe 10 feet or 15 feet away from the car. And you know, my mind started thinking. I said, wait, Mike, no. I gotta try. I gotta try. Stop, go back, do something. So I did. I did. Now the windows were up, and I go, you know, so it's difficult approaching a car with the windows open. If you come right in there, you're gonna look threatening. I had like this nice white shirt on stuff. It still doesn't matter. So what I did was now the sidewalk, the distance between the sidewalk, there's like a, you know, in the grassy kind of area by the curb, and the car's parked there. I gave it like, I think about 7 feet of space. And I got down on one knee so I could be level to the girl to where she could see me and I wasn't what I felt was creating a threatening presence. I got down on one knee and she put down her window. And I said, you know, like, I just had to ask you, you know, are you a Bong girl? I was just kind of, and she said yes. And immediately I thought to my mind, I said, oh, I know Famke Janssen. It's not true, but my friend actually met her. I have a picture with Pierce Brosnan, so I remember that movie Goldeneye. But I just trying to get conversations started. You see, I just let shit fly. Don't overthink. Oh, well, I just throw it out there, get something. And I forget, you know, there wasn't really much of a conversation. She kind of looked European, Latina, or something, and she wasn't my type. But I just wanted, you know, the approach. I just wanted the approach, and I didn't press it hard. And then after she said yeah and everything, I said, have a nice day. And I just walked off. That's it. And I felt like kind of good. I like doing stuff like that. Excuse me. Well, you didn't get laid. You didn't get a phone number. You didn't get this. Did I say I'm perfect? I said I try to be bold. You have to start somewhere. Being bold, at least trying, is something. Doing nothing is nothing. Okay, so you want to hear a success story? Like where I did a pickup and I got action that night? Of course you do. Okay, here's a success story that happened. It's probably 4 years ago, 3, 4 years, long time now. I forgot if it was a weekend night or whatever. I went to the market, was coming back down the boulevard. Actually, I was going to the market, and there were two chicks wearing black leather bomber style jackets, the motorcycle jackets, and they had them open, and they were topless. And they were kind of like trading around or whatever. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Okay. I went to the market. Well, I remember exactly what I bought too. It was a Marie Callender's frozen dinner. I think it was this chicken with fettuccine or Alfredo or something. I used to get better stuff now, but I didn't have money back then. It's amazing. I remember this. So I'm going home now, and those two chicks were on the opposite side of the street where I was walking. And I walk right by them. And there's people walking by, and these chicks, again, they have their black leather jackets open, and both girls have their tits, hanging out. And and there's gay guys walking by, they didn't even really care. I think there were some guys trying to talk to them, but I didn't even care. I went right in there. And I says, "You got to close your jacket right now, dear. Right now." And there was a conversation, just connection started right there. And I remember how cheap the zipper was on it. Like she had a hard time doing it. I think I wound up doing it for her. She was a little out of it. There's levels of drunkenness. Um, but she was like kind of what I call sauced. Sauced is like a little bit, not completely far gone. So her friend, was able to close the zipper. I closed the zipper, and I said, "You don't understand. There's tons of sheriffs around here. They'll arrest you. Public intoxication and lewd. You can't lewd. I don't know, conduct or exhibitionist behavior. You can't." But I didn't really like press it like that. I turned it into a conversation. And then she started opening up about she's a hairdresser for celebrity hairdressers and that. And I just kept the conversation going. And we all were like me and now the other chick, I think was her sister, younger sister. The chick that I was talking to, I told me like she's a lesbian, but I guess she does guys too every once in a while or something. The next thing I remember, we got in a taxi, and they lived like by Santa Monica and Sepulveda, some condo over there. And the sister went into like her bedroom and closed the door, and the lesbian one took me into her bedroom. We did some fun shit in the shower, we did fun shit in her bed. It was a freebie. And I left. I tried to call her like a couple weeks later, and it was like, no, it was like just a one night kind of thing. She had like really nice hair. I remember that too. It was another hair thing. Didn't pay anything. A freebie. A miracle. Does happen every once in a while, folks. Miracles do happen. But the thing is, I felt I was doing a good deed though. She would have got, yeah, that the cops thing. You think, no, I've seen, look, you see something like that, breasts exposed or whatever, and then it says, well, you're public intoxication, you're drunk, so they arrest you just for their own safety, for your own safety, so you sober up. So I kind of prevented that from happening. So I guess she rewarded me, you know. It's nice when women help you out. It's a shame because, you know, it shouldn't be that difficult. What was it? I was thinking about this what's that place? The Isle of Lesbos. It's sort of like a fictitious or something, but if it was like real, the Isle of Lesbos. You know, can you imagine if you're like, you know, like if there was a real place like that, and you're a guy, and you go to this Isle of Lesbos, and it's all these women, you know, like just all women, and they're like lesbians, and but they need a guy. You know, it'd be kind of cool, you know. See, I got a good imagination, you know, thinking of things, you know. Uh, yeah, well, you know, it's you know, I heard of this place, the Eden something. It's like a nudist colony. It's like, you know, in Inland Empire or something like that. It's out of LA County, you know, it's like towards San Bernardino County or something. Eden Resorts or something. And it's funny because I saw a woman, you know, wearing a shirt from that place. She had a pretty good body too. And I did talk to her one time about that. And, you know, I don't know what that implies, you know, like what those nudist people, they feel comfortable naked. Or does that mean like they like to fuck a lot? I mean, you know, what does that mean? You know, walking around nude, you know, like I kind of like don't see the point of that, you know, like I don't like even in my apartment, I walk around with my socks on, you know, I just don't like being barefoot um, for whatever reasons, you know, of course, take a shower, yeah, you know, whatever, but, you know, walking around nude, I mean, we have cameras now, you know, like people, you know, you know, people are very self conscious for whatever. I notice when women dress, they wear sometimes they wear these outfits and they don't understand if they're the outfits do not conform, they do not work with your body. Like they're wearing certain types of shorts. So if you're walking, what happens is the material goes up. And they're like, or the mini skirt, they're pulling it down when they walk. Don't they know this? Don't they realize that okay, well, you know, your gonna body's gonna move, therefore the clothes is going to move accordingly. They don't get it. Like it's like stupid kind of thing. And then if I'm looking, they're like offended by, they're scared by it. If I'm looking, why is so fucking? What the hell? Who teaches these people this? Like, what is in their brain? Like, what's going on in there? What's going on in there is they're watching too many stupid movies, like this Chainsaw Massacre or horror stories or whatever, and that's what they're thinking. You know, the guy's like a horny, desperate, you know, the wants to do something. Not to do. What the fuck are you? You know, like, jeez, Louise. He's a creepy old man. What, you know? Meanwhile, everybody gets dressed up for Halloween. You know, so stupid. You know, like just the mentality of people when they're young. You know, it's like they want to act like they've got balls. You know, they want to act like you know they're out to have a good time and do things, but they're not. They're acting. You know, they get all dressed up. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna digress. You know, these women get all dressed up. You know, like and go out with their girlfriends. If they go out with their, let's just say they're out with going out with their girlfriends, and they don't expect guys to try and to look. What are you getting all dressed up for? Who are you dressing up for? Who you trying to impress? You're trying to impress your other girlfriends, the guys, or whatever. What are you putting in all this effort to look good for if you're not willing to accept appreciation for it? Do you understand the logic behind this? It's like yourself in a good package, a nice presentation. So you're basically you're and if somebody's approaching you, they're willing to buy the package. You're presenting it. So somebody's approaching it to you to like, hey, I'm buying. And these women are like, no. Stupid, you know? They just make it so difficult. That's the problem. If it wasn't so difficult, then maybe people wouldn't have to try, people like me wouldn't have to try so hard. Yeah. But I'm sorry. So you make it difficult, therefore I have to fucking find a way to, to accept this challenge. And what I mean by difficult, it's everything that encompasses it. From the guys trying to box you, to get in the conversation, to the interferences and everything that gets in the way of you trying to get what you want. That's all part of the difficulty. And that's not my creation. I saw this, what looked like it was a gay guy with this young woman. They were like 15, 20 feet in front of me, and I didn't want to even say it. I was saying, God, both of them are wasting the best years of their lives with the wrong person. We're just friends. Yeah, but dude, you don't understand. You're creating a shield around. You're making it. You're occupying her time, so that a straight guy, I can't get in. You're making it difficult for me. Why don't you go? Why don't you go find your gay guy? Go find a gay guy, to be with. Let me get the woman. You're making it hard for me. And you think they would help you, right? They would help you. No, because you're upsetting the delicate balance of their friendship. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I care about? I care about getting mine. Okay? That's how it is. That's all it is. I don't care. Okay? Because it's that difficult for me, based on my life experience. And what I base my life experience on is watching how other guys cockblock you, watching how other guys interpose you, watching how difficult it is to try to meet a woman without other interferences and all the girlfriends and everything going on, a million fucking things going on to keep you from getting what you want. It doesn't matter during the day, at night, or whatever. There's a million interferences that get in the way. I have to go. You have to go. Where do you have to go? You don't have to go anywhere, okay? If it meant that much, they'd make the time. I'm making the time, and I have less life, excuse me, based on age, I have less lifetime than you left. I know I talked about, if you go back to my earlier, why I created this channel, why it's called Warrior Junior. because I had the ultimate interferences and being bullied relatively recently within the past 3 weeks. It was a real wake up call to me. I couldn't believe how brazen some of these young people could be, disrespectful, trying to keep me to my knees and keep me there. They tried. And what they did is they actually unleashed a kraken is what they did. Or I don't, let me in a metaphor, partially true, but they actually taught, what I learned from that experience is how I needed to arm myself. You know what I mean by arm myself is develop better, you know, skills, physical fighting skills, and verbal, just outsmarting these dudes. Like they're just all part of societal. They're just all, they're not, if they're not helping you, they're getting in your way. I mean, I'm sorry. It's like, that's how it pretty much is. If they're not helping you, or they're just irrelevant. They're neutral, useless. In my experience, if they're not helping you, then they're hurting you. It's like they don't understand your situation, and they're not like the wind that's going to push your boat forward. Their sail. They're not going to help you. They just get in the way, like that security guard from that nightclub near me. I was just working on some approach tactics, with women, and a guy like fucking put the light on me, came out. I'm on the public sidewalk. Well, you made a club. I don't give a fuck. I'm on the public sidewalk. You're not gonna let me in your club? Then guess what? I'm gonna fucking do approaches outside of it if I want to. He wasn't prepared for somebody like me. He's trained to deal with people that are drunk coming out of the club, or homeless people maybe hanging outside, whatever. Maybe somebody on drugs, but absolutely not prepared for somebody like me. Because I don't fall into any of those categories. I'm basically doing pickup artist, but selective. I mean, there's nothing I'm doing that's wrong. And I know even him trying to like get up and engage me, he got the hand too. I gave him the hand also. So why are you putting your hand up? Because you're like 300 pounds, and if you get too close, I will have to disable you. That's always dangerous, the distance factor of somebody trying to like get up in a thing, get up in you, then all of a sudden, then your attention and your energy is diverted toward the enemy. All of a sudden, that dude, that's like, he's the Death Star, he's got to go down, he's got to get blown up. Instead of what my primary goal is to meet the women like that I'm interested in. That's the ultimate goal. But if these fucking people come in there and make it incredibly difficult for me, then all of a sudden I got to divert my attention, and then it's like, fuck, man, that's when problems start. I'm not there to engage guys, but they want to engage me because I'm doing something different. And that's a threat to them. They're not used to dealing with somebody like me. But it's irrelevant because they're trying to keep you from getting what you want. Ultimately, it's the woman's decision. It's not a security guard's. It's not the girlfriend's. It's not even the guy she might even be with. It's supposed to be her decision. But in order to find that out, you have to be bold enough to try to get that answer out of her. Can't you take a hint? No, I can't take a hint, okay? No, I can't. Take the fucking hints your whole life and you think you're mind reading people and you think that you know everything. You don't know anything, believe me. You don't know what's going on in their fucking mind. You're assuming this and you're assuming that and you're assuming you can't get dead, assuming because society tells you. That's societal fucking brainwashing, is what it is. Most people go along with that. I say, as long as I'm trying and I'm not harassing, I'm not threatening, then I'm not doing any. Then I should, I'm basically just trying. It's like I'm trying to sell, and there's not. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if they say no, that's okay. I feel 100 times better when they say no. If they say no, at least I have closure. At least I walk away and I go, "Hey, I tried." Now, harassing and encroaching is when a woman says no, and you go, "Well, come on, big," then you're encroaching, harassing. I understand that, but most people will not try because of what other people are thinking, and other people are trying to, get you because she's holding a guy's hand. Oh, because you know what? Okay, look, I've seen that situation, and even I'm guilty of that. You know how many of those women are escorts that are holding guys' hands? Okay, maybe I want to be a client too. Do you ever think about that? Fuck. You want to be real? Let's be honest here. Why do most women settle for men? Let's go. Let's be open. Let's open it up here. And the reason I do the pause is because I know in the future people will be throwing out their ideas. They're going to be throwing stuff out. This is archived. I'm saving. This is open. I don't expect. I don't. I do this live because only way it's easy for me to record it. But I know in the future people will be listening to it and they're going to throw out their opinions. Why do okay? Well, what do most women settle for the guys? Let's go. Security. Yeah, guys got something to offer. Whatever. Okay, so what's the difference between a guy that pays an escort and then a regular relationship? Well, one is that's a business transaction, something, and that's not a woman settling for a guy. He has owns, he's got a good job, and maybe owns a property or something. That's not like a business arrangement. Well, it's love. They're connected. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know she's just not with that guy because he's providing? You don't. The divorce rate, I think last time I checked, was almost 50% in the United States. I think in Southern California, it's 2/3, 66%. So what do those numbers tell you? Especially in Southern California. People are getting married for the wrong reasons. How do you know this? Common knowledge. So everybody knows the earth goes around the sun. K-Pax line, movie. I do my research. And that's why anybody that's they're gonna try to engage you, they're gonna look like a fool. They're not gonna beat you. You have, empirical evidence, whatever. The guy's gonna try to tell you what you're doing. They're gonna look like they're not gonna have a leg to stand on. When you go into a war, you better be fucking prepared. Okay? Why do you think in the military they send you to basic training first? Just in case there's a fucking war. They teach you how to survive. They also teach you how to kill. But that's what war is. And in a way, pickup is the same thing. It's a war. But it's a war of words. It's different. And it's a war of positioning. Like you trying to get yours, and then all the fucking guys are they're trying to get you out. They're trying to get two. They're trying to keep you from getting what you want. But it's not just the guys. It's like the women they're occupied on their phones talking to their friends, and their girlfriends are talking to them. So they're all wasting their time. And you're trying to get in there. Do you see why it's like a war? That's why you have to have the training. This is like a battle. There's too much interference between the other guys, and then I have to go. You have to where? Where are you going? They're going nowhere. Okay. Because like they figure, oh, if I go away, then I'm safe or something. It's safe. Safe. I'm a dangerous person. Well, they don't know that. Well, how are they supposed to know that if they don't give you a chance? And because they don't give you a chance, it makes it more difficult. And because it makes it more difficult, it's it makes it that much harder. And then I have to go out, I have to try a lot harder and everything like that. And then it creates this unnecessary tension. Shouldn't have to put my hand up. I shouldn't have to do those things. But you try to get me out of there, I'm gonna be like a fucking Spartan warrior. I'm gonna fucking kill you. You know what I mean by that. Not physically, but in the term of like, I'm gonna one up you. You're not gonna stop me from getting what I want, or at least trying. Now I remember like that a couple weeks ago, that one chick, and after I put my hand up like that, a guy got really mad. They're walking, but I kept walking with them to the one I liked, and then the other girl, she just had enough. We're married, and I remember, I'll never forget what I said. as they were leaving. And I said it, and I fucking said it 3 or 4 times, and I said it really loud. And I said 4 words. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. 4 times, and progressively louder. Now, I did not mean in that circumstance I wasn't giving up. I mean in general. And I said it loud so they could hear it. But I said it loud, so more importantly, I could hear it and the universe could hear it because I was dead serious. And that's the mentality you have to have in anything in life. In anything. If you don't have that, there's a society will I think society will just beat you to your knees and keep you there. I just think that it's too there's just too much competition in every field of anything. There's too many people. There's only so many resources, and it's like that's just the way it is. I'm sorry, there's not enough to go around, and I'll tell you why. It's because of dudes like I told you that own that condo, and it's got 4 fucking units next to each other, penthouse. Owns like 50 properties or whatever. It's unbalanced. There's plenty out there, but the top 1% own like 70% of everything. Whatever. I know you can look up the stats or whatever. It's completely unbalanced. How do you get in that 1%? The short answer, become one of the 1%, right? There's a reason why they're in that bracket. A lot of it is applied intelligence. A lot of it is passed on wealth. Every situation's explained. I mean, they're something where they control like an important resource that everybody needs, or they're in a business of something, that people need something, whatever. But it's 1% for a reason. I didn't say they're not this. You don't have to necessarily be the smartest person on the planet. I mean, I don't know. You look at life like that. What's the smartest? But it's like an applied intelligence. If it's not somebody that invented something or became like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or I don't know, like a corporation, or something. You're talking about, yeah, there's lots of different people that are in that 1%. Why do I get in that 1%? There's no easy answer because that's what you're looking for. If you ask that question, you're looking for an easy answer. Those people control everything. everything. What you don't realize, by working for those people, you're allowing them to control everything. You're part of that. You built their pyramid for them. Why do you think Amazon's hiring right now? They're always getting these Amazon's hiring. Of course they're hiring. Because you don't understand the big picture of things. You need your breadcrumbs to survive. And that's what they're giving you. $25 an hour, $35 an hour. Wow. Tiny, a little bit bigger of a breadcrumb. Wow. It's a breadcrumb compared to the buffet that those people can have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or what, and whenever during the day. Think of like the Bellagio buffet, you know, all that food that's there. That's the comparison. If you're working for their company and you're making $35 an hour, you're getting a breadcrumb compared to the giant buffet that they can have breakfast, lunch, or dinner whenever. You are such a nothing. You don't understand. You don't understand. Because you don't understand how everything, you don't understand what that 1% is. You can't educate yourself with that because you're too busy being a schlep rock for them. Now, here's where the problem herein lies for me. Because if you go back to my last episode, I talked about, I'd like to get a condominium for 100,000. How many hours would I have to work at $35 an hour to come up with 100,000? Does it come out to like 350 or something like 300 and something? And 3,000. I'm sorry. So yeah, $3,300. I'm sorry. Make mistakes sometimes. $300. It should be. It should be, in my opinion. $3,000. And that's just 100,000. I have a friend that has, a condo. It's like 700,000 or whatever, median price or whatever. Boy, you really want to take it in the ass? Go try to buy a place in Los Angeles. Here. I hope you're ready to bend over and take it good. Maybe you're in the top 5% or something to where, I guess a lot of those people, they move out here, they have, they can afford it, whatever. They're not sharing any secrets. Nobody is. Any of these things, like on commercials or YouTube and stuff that they're telling you, yeah, you can make it too. This is how I made it. No, they're trying to sell you something. They're selling you a dream, okay? And if they made it, it's already oversaturated. They want all the fools to come in. It's already too late. It's like Bitcoin, okay? The only reason Bitcoin became what it was it's like a Ponzi scheme. The suckers started coming in, started going up, and then you heard about this? You heard about Bitcoin? Yeah, what about it? What about it? If you're in Asia are using this thing, so who cares? It's America. Where do you go? Are you using this thing? No, it's not practical. Okay. It kept going up, yeah. And the fools, everybody jumping in, the price kept going up, dumping their money in there. So with the Dogecoin, same thing, even worse with the Dogecoin. Actually, it's all stupid. It's all fucking stupid. It's people looking for the fast and easy, okay? That's why it's so easy to buy on PayPal, whatever. Because it's propagated on greed. I put in $100. I made back $260. Okay, how do you know it's going to go up? What are you basing that on? Is that life-changing money to you? No, it's not. It's something to tie up your whatever you have. It's a scam, is what it is. And then if it goes to nothing or whatever, it's people looking for the fast and easy. Okay, that's what it is. Now, if you made, I had a buddy that, he got, boy, my heart doesn't go out to many people, but it goes out to one of my friends. I think it was maybe, 10 years ago. Bitcoin was like $150. And he saw this one with this stupid dog. And it was like, a millionth of a penny of some retarded. It was nothing. And he said, well, for $300, I get a million of these Dogecoins. And he put in there and forgot about it. And then what happened? The wallet company, they folded. They fucking said, well, you got to take your money out. We're going out of business. It was like 6 years ago. He forgot his password or whatever and didn't care because the Dogecoin was like nothing anyway. Then what happened? Bitcoin started to fucking move a couple years ago. And then all of a sudden this stupid Dogecoin, Elon Musk said something about that stupid Dogecoin with that stupid dog. And everybody with their fucking dogs started to buy this stupid thing. And the thing went up from it hit a penny and then hit 3 cents, 5 cents. And I told my friend, I go, oh my God, you're fucking rich. And he's like, I can't get access. The password this company's gone. And then it hit 7 cents. And I'm like, dude, you're worth hundreds of thousands now. And then it hit 10 cents. I go, dude, you're like a millionaire probably. Not a millionaire, but probably like 100,000 at 10 cents. And the fucking shit went to 50 cents, 75. I mean, and the guy couldn't, he was boxed out of it. Unfucking believable. That's lightning in a bottle. He took a calculated risk though a long time ago, before anybody knew about it. But I you know what? I gave him a little solace. I gave him a little peace of mind when I told him. I said, you know what though? Don't worry. Even if, yeah, you could have cashed out with 750,000. I know. It's an immense amount of money. But here's the lesson. It's your mentality now. Your foresight to do that demonstrates that you're on the right track. I could have, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Well, you could have had it. That doesn't matter. There's always opportunities out there. There's all that, you have to constantly remind yourself that. It's the mentality that that dude had. I had a friend, acquaintance, that was a chess master. One of the smartest people I ever met. He's younger than me. He's like maybe 35 now. But I knew this guy not because he's a chess master, but there's something really special. This dude is, you know, he's something. There's something special there, like applied brilliance in life that could be. I mean, I don't give out that compliment very often. Say one of the most brilliant people that I know. What happened was, he just retired from chess. He just didn't want to play anymore. He got into business immediately. Immediately, he wound up working on like an oil rig. Oh, I'm sorry, the pipeline thing in like North Dakota. He kind of struggled for a little while, and then he found out about like cryptocurrencies, and this is like when Bitcoin was like $150 or something. He wound up making $1 million in crypto, and cashed out, got out. He lives in Mexico now. That's how much he needed, and he got it fairly quickly. Applied intelligence. Anyway, all right. Well, on that note, it's just try to remember, we're all going to have our highs and our lows and things like that. I have a friend that said it's important to kind of like be kind of zen, be in that middle ground where the highs are not so high, the lows are not so low, and just try not to be phased by a lot of these things that you can't control. This one guy that I knew, he told me, I don't get upset over things I can't control. Think about that, man. Whew. I don't get upset over things I can't control. Somebody does something, try to piss you off, it doesn't affect you. What kind of power? Can you imagine what kind of power that gives you? Jesus. Think about that. Outsmart all these obstacles. I know I talk about the women thing, but in any facet of life, you could outsmart and find a way to get through all of it. Because most people, while they're watching television and they're wasting their time learning, who's moving ahead? That's dangerous. That's dangerous. It's like me. I practice my self-defense, my fighting, and my power every day. I do something, work on my flexibility, precision, and everything. Every fucking day, I do something. I might not be getting better every day, but I am definitely doing something, trying every fucking day. And when all those days add up, stands for something. At least to me. You know? You have to get yourself higher on that hierarchy. The problem is the way people judge this hierarchy is by the status of these stupid celebrities. movies and television. They put those people at the top, you know, the owners of these big companies, they put those people on the top. It shouldn't, I know it's not supposed to be that way, but you know, most people are morons. I'm sorry. They watch these stupid movies and these celebrities and they worship them. And what do I mean by that? You're just making them rich. Charlie Sheen, whatever, has lives at that big ranch he's got, Silver Valley Ranch, or whatever the fuck he's got. He's made it from his dad. His dad was an actor, pulled him into business. It's a nepotism. It's a good boost forward. You know, you can look up anybody, any celebrity, how they got started, everything. It's all public knowledge. There's no mystery or secret to anything. I just don't like being a sheep. You know, I don't like being, you know, somebody that goes along, sits in the crowd, you know, everything. I don't like that. It's nothing. It's a nobody. It's a goylem, in my opinion. Somebody that, you know, it's like we call it in Yiddish. There's a word called moiradik. It's a scared. It's like a pussy. You know, it's somebody that wouldn't try, like, you know, whatever. I hate that. That bothers me, you know. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed this one. This was, you know, try to give a little bit of enlightenment and constant struggle when refining, you know, yourself and trying to just be better. Just don't allow people to pull you down to their level. You know, it's so easily done when you don't realize it. You know, you're other people's advice and telling you how to live, like, you know. I know you heard the proverbial follow your dreams and stuff like that. Well, that shit ain't easy, man. That shit is not fucking easy. And there's no money coming in from that. And there's no assurance coming in from that that's going to lead anywhere. Fuck. I guess I would say follow your constructive dreams would be better. You know, something that could potentially lead somewhere. That's the intelligence. You know, solve a problem. Well, okay, that's one way. Most people that came up with ideas, you know, these innovators, they were told by just about everybody that's a dumb idea. It'll never work because of this or that or whatever. They crushed their fucking dreams right there. Steve Harvey said this. It was really interesting, kind of impacted me. You want to kill somebody's dream? Tell your dream to a small-minded person. It's interesting, you know. It's like we all have to go along with society, you know, as a person. It doesn't mean that you can't be bold. And it doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourself. When you know in your heart that what you're doing is right, if you live long enough, you will have that chance. I can 100% guarantee you. There's times, you make a stand. Or you could be like most people that they're never willing to stick their neck out there. They cower from, they won't. They don't want to be judged, ridiculed, embarrassed, laughed at, booed, whatever. So worried what everybody thinks. But what everybody thinks doesn't fucking matter. Okay? Now, I know that looked like it was said hostily, but if you say that to yourself, is what I'm implying. What they think doesn't matter. What kind of power does that give you? Don't worry about them. They're watching you. You know why they're watching you? Because they can't do it themselves. When I'm in there doing the approach with the hot chick, they're watching. Of course they're watching because they can't do it themselves. Let them laugh. Let them laugh, whatever. They're nothing. Let them be in the audience. Let them sit in the fucking audience. You're the star of your own movie. Remember? I talked about this last time. You're the producer, director. You decide who's co-star. What chick is the co-star? Or at least you're trying to audition her when you're doing an approach. You're giving her a chance to be on, in your movie. She's just too stupid to know it. And those idiots that get in the way, show them to their fucking seat. That's where they belong. And that's where they stay, in their fucking seats. They ain't gonna be in the movie. Well, I've seen people try. I was talking to the guy who just comes in the conversation, and I said, "You're not invited to this conversation." "Oh, I'm inviting myself." Are they gonna try? You get them out there. You fucking get them out of the fucking equation. Box them out immediately. Anybody try to get in there, box them out. Get them out of there. Show them you're just messing with the wrong person. I'm not going to be a passive idiot standing and let you come in and try to take what I'm trying to work on here. Brazen retards, You see me, I'm working on this chick right here, and a fucking guy's gonna try to take that. Like, I'm not saying the guy that if a woman's with somebody, I'm talking about some idiot coming out of left field while I'm trying to do the pickup with the chick, trying to get into the conversation, work his way in. Get him fucking out there, out of there. One way or another, I will. What happens if you sneak onto a movie set while in the middle of, let's say, a major production company? You're able to weasel your way through which I did. That's a subject for another story. Uh, Sneak on the Paramount lot or Universal lot, and they're filming something. And then they're filming, and you walk right into the fucking shot. Sir, can you like walk? You're interrupting our movie. You know how fast security is gonna fucking get you fucking out of there and take you in a fucking room and possibly have you arrested, more than likely. It's the same thing when you're doing your pickup thing. Someone's trying to get in your fucking set there on the set while you're filming. Because you're the star. It's your movie. It's your life. It's your stage. And those people that do that have no respect for you or that. And they have to be dealt with accordingly. Just remember that. It's your life. It's not theirs. Now, I'm not saying go around and, get into confrontations and fights with people. It's not what I didn't start this channel for that. But if somebody tries to make you into a sub, you make sure and hold your ground that you're not going to be that. Problem, I have to deal with that every day. Whether if I go trying to go here or there, this incredible competition, like limited resource or something. It is. It is. The kind of women I like, there's not many compared to how many there are out there. I have good taste, okay? And the ones I like, they're highly regarded by their friends, or they're taken, or they're not easy. They're busy. It's hard. You know what happened? What was it? The gold rush in 1849? In 1848, it was discovered in Sutter's Mill, whatever, Northern California. They didn't have fucking cell phones back then or radar. They had the telegraph, the Western Union, and communication and stuff. And believe me, when there was gold in them there hills, everybody and their fucking grandmother came out there. From Asia to China and to fucking Oklahoma. They all went to fucking San Francisco. And there wasn't much to be found. But I think was it Trump's dad that was selling supplies and stuff like that, and provisions. I think like an egg was like $3, like food. People, that's how, he was selling the dream. Applied intelligence. Not one of these idiots that were, hoping to find something. Okay, well, I'm not, maybe I shouldn't have said idiots. Yeah, they're prospecting, or it came up. But then when they got there, I realized, wow, this is like by the water here. This is beautiful. Like, even, he said, what do I got in Oklahoma? It's a fucking dust bowl. So, and that's why San Francisco is one of the wealthiest places to live, I think, in the nation. Most expensive. It was like a sleepy fishing village. It was nothing. It's timing. You got to be just like a little bit ahead. of everybody else. You need a little bit of that mazel to go with it. It's luck. That comes from applied intelligence. You know how many people try ideas that didn't work? You hear about the successes all the time. What about the shit that how many people tried this and it didn't work, and I tried that and it didn't work. I fucking tried this, it didn't work. And finally something hit. Anyway, I hope you find your own applied intelligence, whatever it is. Your own intelligence, be able to apply it to get whatever it is you want out of this life while you're here. Maybe if you make it, you might actually give back somehow, you know? And when I say give back, it's not necessarily financially, it's like stuff like this. To relate to somebody, try to help somebody, team up with somebody, help somebody get to where they need to go in life. Be a mentor maybe to somebody. No. It's just I just can't believe how much wealth there is out there that I see, and it's just it seems like my perception is, you know, most of these people like they're greedy. They don't want to give back, or they don't want to, like, you know, try to, you know, and what do I base that on? I'll conclude with what I base that on before I sign off. I talked about I wrote a script. I wrote a dance movie. I tried to reach out to some very powerful people in Hollywood. Some ways are unorthodox tactics, putting stuff in their mailboxes. It's like kind of unorthodox. Trying to reach them through email. More legitimate, reaching out to their managers, producers, A-list actors. Wives of famous actors. Nothing. People that worked in the successful people in the dance industry, the, you know, famous pop artists and things like that. Nothing. It's not giving back. Okay. You know how hard it is to sit down and write a 100-page formatted story that flows, inspirational, and you reach out to all these fucking people, and nobody would even help you, point you in the right direction. I didn't ask them to buy it. I asked for like maybe a pitch meeting. At least I would be able to live with myself, because somebody gave them a chance too. You go back far enough. And these people are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of fucking millions. And they're not far from me. If they said, you know what, I'm willing to listen to your idea. You have to be here at 5:30 in the morning on Monday morning, and I would fucking be there. And you think maybe I sent maybe 10 emails out, maybe 50 emails out, maybe 100 emails out. What do you think? What do you think? Try hundreds and hundreds. Not one. And believe me, I can go on and on. You got that 1% of people, and they control all of it. They're not going to help you. They're not. What if everybody that worked for Amazon is just, I'm not doing this, you know? Company would be over, be finished. You built their pyramid. They're your contributions. You built that. You made that guy the richest man in the world. You gave too much power to somebody. And you know what happens when you do that? You make them control everything. You let them, you know, become the sheep. That whoever that is runs everything. You have no idea what kind of problem that is. You ruin it for everybody else. People don't realize it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. The knowledge will continue.